Real quick before we get started, I do want to mention that I've officially created a Patreon page for this channel. If you enjoy the content that I create, and especially the True Power series, this Patreon is going towards the funding of a visual editor so I can get more episodes out to you guys more often and also improve the quality of the series. There are many cool perks for becoming a patron, including getting to see showdown battles with the teams that we come up with in these videos, and tons more, so if you're interested, the link will be in the description below. With that being said, let's get into today's episode. Lieutenant Surge, the electric-type gym leader of Vermillion City and the third gym leader that we ever face in the main series Pokemon games. Lieutenant Surge is quite an imposing man. I mean, come on, he's like 10 feet tall in the anime, and claims to have been a soldier during what must have been a relatively recent war that happened in the Pokemon world, in which electric Pokemon apparently saved his life, which does explain his dedication to them. His experiences during the war definitely seem to have impacted his personality, however, as he is shown to be a little paranoid, even to the point of setting up complex traps in his gym. The Gen 3 Fame Checker key item also states that he was known for being exceptionally cautious while in the army, although this did have its advantages, as one of the trainers in his gym even tells us that Lieutenant Surge saved his life during the war. Lieutenant Surge's ongoing battle mentality is shown when he outright tells us that he perceives each Pokemon battle as a war in itself, in which he is absolutely determined to win and is quite confident in his abilities, as well as those of his Pokemon. Despite this glowing confidence and determination, he does seem to have a code of honor, as he recognizes when he is defeated and shows amazement at the victor's strength. In the earlier games, Lieutenant Surge was strangely enough referred to as the Lightning American, and is described as having been a pilot in America as well. In later games, however, his title was changed to the Lightning Lieutenant, and it's hinted that he might actually be originally from the Unova region, which is of course based on New York. Either way, this is one of only 2 instances in which a gym leader is said to have traveled outside of the Pokemon world itself, with the other perhaps being one that we'll cover in the future. Interestingly, Lieutenant Surge is known for giving out his autograph to aspiring trainers, and the one that we received from him in Kanto is nearly identical to the one found in the protagonist's room in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, showing just how widespread his influence is. If there's one word to describe Lieutenant Surge, it's gotta be hardcore. His history, battling style, personality, even the way he looks, everything is just hardcore. But it's evident that there's more to him than what he shows when challenging a beginner trainer. It's time to figure out just how strong the Lightning Lieutenant really is and what his best possible Pokemon team is by looking at all of his appearances in the main series games. It's time to figure out his true power. The first time we meet Lieutenant Surge is of course in Pokemon Red and Blue, where he's the leader of the Vermillion City Gym. Lieutenant Surge starts the gym battle with a level 21 Voltorb, followed by a level 18 Pikachu and a level 24 Raichu. Surge's Pokemon are kind of hard to counter this early in the game, since the only super easy early route ground type to find in both games is Geodude, and Sandshrew only if you're playing Pokemon Blue. Aside from that, you could also preemptively head past Vermillion City to Diglett's Cave to catch either a Diglett or a Dugtrio, or you could get a fully evolved Nidoking or Nidoqueen using a Moonstone. In Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, the Red and Blue remakes, Lieutenant Surge has the exact same Pokemon at the same levels, although his Pikachu and Raichu get access to the incredibly annoying Double Team move, and as if that wasn't enough, his Raichu also gets Thunder Wave. Ouch. Not fun. In Red and Blue's third version game, Pokemon Yellow, Lieutenant Surge has an incredibly interesting team. Are you ready for this? He has a level 28 Raichu, and that's it. With its high level and moves like Thunderbolt, Mega Kick, and Mega Punch, this Raichu can actually be quite a challenge, but still. This marks the one and only time in main series Pokemon history that a gym leader has had one single Pokemon on their team. Lieutenant Surge is an absolute savage, what can I say? Well, in reality, it's just to match his anime counterpart, given that that's what Yellow's purpose is, but still. The next time we encounter Lieutenant Surge is 3 years later in Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. The protagonist of these games, either Ethan or Chris, decides to travel to Kanto to challenge its gym leaders after having defeated all 8 of the Johto gym leaders and becoming the champion of the Indigo Plateau. Lieutenant Surge gives us no indication that he knows we're the champions, so we don't know if he's going absolutely all out in our gym battle, although I mean we can assume that the gym leaders would know who their champion is. Either way, within the 3 years since Red, Blue, and Yellow, he's also probably just gotten a lot stronger, and his team is really starting to shape up into something cool. In this battle, Lieutenant Surge starts off with a now level 44 Raichu, followed by a now fully evolved level 40 Electrode, another level 40 Electrode, a brand new level 40 Magneton, and a brand new level 46 Electabuzz as his new highest level Pokemon. The movesets on his Pokemon have become quite impressive with some new additions, most notably including Explosion on the Electrodes, Thunder and Quick Attack on the Raichu and Electabuzz, and Double Team on 3 of the Pokemon too. After having been limited to just the Voltorb and Pikachu evolutionary lines in all of his Gen 1 teams and Fire Red and Leaf Green, it's really cool to start seeing some diversity on his team. Lieutenant Surge is next found in the Gen 4 Gold and Silver remakes Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, where he's actually able to be battled on 2 separate occasions. The first is in the Vermillion City Gym, just like in Gold and Silver, although his Pokemon's levels have increased and their movesets have improved dramatically. His Raichu is now level 51, with both of his Electrodes being level 47, his Magneton also now at level 47, and his Electabuzz is now at an impressive level 53, meaning they've all improved by 7 levels. Lieutenant Surge is also found later in this game in a rematch that didn't exist in Gold and Silver, in which he's become far stronger than even his Gym Challenge team indicates. This rematch is quite difficult to get access to compared to most. The player first needs to obtain all 16 badges, and they also need to catch the legendary Pokemon Zapdos. Zapdos can't just be defeated, it actually has to be caught in order for Lieutenant Surge to appear. This means that if you do accidentally defeat Zapdos, you'll have to defeat the Elite Four again in order for it to reappear. Once these 2 requirements are met, Lieutenant Surge will appear outside of the power plant north of Lavender Town from 9 AM to 11 AM every day. The only way he'll give you his Pokegear phone number in order to organize a rematch though is if you have a Pikachu with you as your following Pokemon. Once his number is finally acquired, he can be called on Friday mornings to organize a rematch at the Saffron City Fighting Dojo. In this rematch, Surge has become exceptionally powerful, starting off with a now whopping level 60 Raichu, a brand new level 52 Manectric, a now fully evolved Magnezone at level 52, his Electrode now also at level 52, a brand new Pachirisu at level 58, and his now fully evolved level 56 Electivire. Seeing all of Lieutenant Surge's Pokemon now fully evolved is incredible, and the new Gen 3 and Gen 4 editions show that he's definitely been doing some traveling to get stronger. The next time we see Surge, and the second last time in the main series games thus far, is actually in what is assumed to be his hometown region of Unova, in Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, in which he participates in the Pokemon World Tournament. Lieutenant Surge participates in 3 different tournament styles while rotating between 2 different teams. As always, the Pokemon World Tournament automatically sets Pokemon to level 50, but we can get a good idea of new additions to his collection and how competitively viable his Pokemon have become. As with most trainers in this high-level tournament, Surge has some great competitive movesets and items on his Pokemon. In the Kanto Leaders Tournament, he rotates between 4 Pokemon we've seen before as well as 2 new ones. He goes for his Raichu, Electrode, Magnezone, and Electivire, along with a brand new Jolteon and a brand new Ampharos. In the Type Expert and World Leaders Tournament, Surge has the same first 5 Pokemon, but also throws a brand new Lantern into the mix to shake things up. Lieutenant Surge's final 2 appearances in the main series games occur in the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee games, the Pokemon Yellow remakes. The first is under similar circumstances as in Yellow, where we challenge him for our 3rd gym badge, but he's got a much more powerful team than he did then. In this battle, he has a level 25 Voltorb, a level 25 Magnemite, and a level 26 Raichu. However, Let's Go gave us the new ability to rematch him later on, where he's found with some quite high-level Pokemon, including some being at the highest level we've ever seen them. He starts off with a level 56 Electrode, Jolteon, Electabuzz, and Magneton, along with a level 57 Raichu. It's time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Using all of his appearances in the main series Pokemon games, let's construct Lieutenant Surge's best possible team. The first pick is going to go to Lieutenant Surge's best Pokemon, his Magnezone. Now the highest level we've seen his Magnezone at is level 52 in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. However, we do see that he has a level 56 Magneton in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which take place about a year before the events of Johto, so we can assume that he evolved this thing, which requires it to level up once in a special electrical current location, meaning it's at least at level 57. Magnezone is his highest tiered Pokemon, being in the OU tier in competitive battling. It has some decent bulk, a whopping 130 special attack, and has either Magnet Pull to trap opposing steel types or Sturdy, two great abilities in Surge's care, along with stab moves like Flash Cannon and Thunderbolt, and the Air Balloon item to make it temporarily immune to ground type attacks, something which is sorely needed on his team. The second pick is going to be his Jolteon from the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee rematch battle, which is at level 56. Jolteon is currently in the RU tier in competitive battling and has wicked speed and special attack. This thing is a special sweeper through and through, with potential stab moves such as Thunder, Thunderbolt, and Volt Switch, along with coverage moves such as Shadow Ball and Signal Beam. Jolteon will fulfill a great fast damage dealing role within Surge's team. The third slot on this best team is going to go to Surge's Lantern from his Black 2 and White 2 Pokemon World Tournament, Type Expert, and World Leaders teams. Although this thing is level 50, if we look at every other Pokemon that he has on his Pokemon World Tournament team, they're all at least level 56 in their highest level appearances. When he has other higher level options to compete in the biggest Pokemon tournament of all time where we know he'd want to be at his best, I think it's reasonable to assume that his Lantern is somewhere around the same range. We'll say safely around level 55. Lantern provides some amazing stab water damage with Hydro Pump against ground types which are otherwise a huge threat to Surge's team, along with Stab Thunder and coverage moves in the form of Blizzard and Signal Beam. Lantern has amazing typing and some much needed bulk to complement this team very well. The next slot is going to go to Surge's Electivire from the Heart Gold and Soul Silver rematch battle, in which it's at level 56. Electivire is currently untiered, but so are the rest of Surge's Pokemon. Electivire is very underrated in my opinion, as it has great all-around stats besides its physical defense, and can fulfill the unique niche of being a mixed attacker with moves that Surge uses on it like Stab Thunderbolt and Wild Charge, along with amazing coverage moves like Ice Punch for opposing ground types, Earthquake, Cross Chop, Fire Punch, Rock Tomb, and Priority Quick Attack, and Surge also has the Expert Belt item on it to do some extra damage on super effective attacks. The fifth pick is going to be his signature Raichu from the Heart Gold and Soul Silver rematch, in which it was at level 60, making it his highest level Pokemon. Raichu is also untiered but can be a fast mixed attacker nuisance with stab moves such as Volt Tackle, Thunderbolt, and other moves like Priority Fake Out or Quick Attack, along with Thunder Wave, Focus Blast, Signal Beam, Brick Break, and Grass Knot for opposing ground types. Surge also has the Life Orb on it for additional all-around power. And the final pick is going to go to Surge's Electrode from the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee rematch battle, which is at level 56. Out of all 809 Pokemon, as well as forms and Mega Evolutions, Electrode is tied for being the fourth fastest Pokemon of all time, and has a decent special attack to go along with it. Surge can definitely outspeed the opponent, use Thunder Wave to cripple it, then get to work with Stab Thunderbolt or Charge Beam for a 70% chance to raise Electrode's special attack, or use Signal Beam, Light Screen to raise the team's special defense, or Explosion to deal a massive amount of damage when Electrode is at low health. Well, there we go everyone, we have discovered Lieutenant Surge's true power and unveiled his strongest possible team in the main series games. If you enjoyed this video and are looking forward to more from this series, then be sure to leave a like, share it on social media, and subscribe with notifications on by hitting that bell icon if you haven't already. Don't forget to check out my Patreon page if you'd like to support me as a creator and this series as a whole. All forms of support help a ton and are really appreciated. Don't forget to comment down below with what trainer you wish to see featured next. The comment with the most likes will pick the trainer for the next week's episode and will be featured on screen. This has been Sylvspectre, and I'll see you guys next time for some more True Power.